guys, welcome back to another Let's Learn Minecraft episode. So today we're going to talk about enchanting. So let's go ahead and run over here real quick. Let's grab some tools. There we go. And we'll get started. What do we need? Well, to start off with, we're going to need to build an enchanting table. So let's go ahead and do that. Conveniently, all the pieces we need are right here. So we'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3 along the bottom, one right there. Put a book on top, a diamond on the left, and a diamond on the right. Gives us an enchanting table. Next up, we're going to go ahead and place it right here in the middle of this conveniently laid out section. Great. Now we have an enchanting table, but we don't have any levels. So I'm going to be a little cheaty and go ahead and give myself 5,000 levels. That's fine. And now we can do some enchanting. So let's see. Do we have something up here? Nope, not in there. Yes, we have all sorts of things we can enchant. And of course, we need lapis. So let's get started. We want to, let's go ahead and do this this helmet right here. And it looks like we can have a level 7 enchant. Well, that's not what I want. I want a higher level enchant. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here. And we're going to make some bookshelves. And a book. So to make a book, it's very easy. You just take 3 pieces of paper and 1 piece of leather, and you have a book. To make bookshelves, it's equally easy. You just take books along the top, books along the bottom. I'm sorry. You take planks along the top, planks along the bottom, and books in the middle. And you will get bookshelves. I didn't do this evenly, so we'll have to do this a couple more times. Put this down here. And put this right here. And this one goes right there. So now we have 15 bookshelves. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lay them out in a nice little pattern right around our thing, right around our enchanting table, leaving a little gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now, as you can see, I have it completely surrounded with a 1 block gap in the middle, and this will allow us to hopefully get a higher level enchant. So let's go ahead and throw that back in. Ooh, perfect. So we'll put 3 lapis in, and we will get an enchanted golden helmet with respiration, protection, and unbreaking. That sounds great, but what do those do? Well, let's go ahead and cover that. But before we do, I just want to cover the other item that you'll be using for enchanting, which is an anvil. So to make an anvil, you need 3 iron blocks, you need 4 iron ingots, and it goes together just like this. I'm going to put the 3 iron blocks on top, ingots on the bottom, with 1 in the middle, and it gives you an anvil. And then you just go over here and place the anvil anywhere you want. Nothing special with that. Now, using an anvil, you can not only use name tags and repair your items, but you can also use enchanted books. So let's talk about some of the enchants that you'll have available. Okay, so let's talk about tools first. So first, everyone knows, hopefully, that you can build a shovel, a pick, an axe, a hoe, shears, and a fishing pole. So on the shovel, the axe, you can have different enchants. For this one, efficiency is going to make your speed at which you dig or mine go faster. So the higher the efficiency, the faster it goes. Next up, you've got fortune. Fortune is a mutually exclusive enchant, meaning you can only have fortune or you can have silk touch, but you can't have them both. So fortune will allow for extra drops. So when you mine coal, you'll get extra pieces of coal. When you mine diamonds, you get extra diamonds. When you mine redstone, you'll get extra redstone. The silk touch allows you to pick up that diamond block as a diamond ore block. Silk touch does not work with iron ore because you have to smelt it. So having silk touch on your pick when you're mining for iron. It does you basically no good. The last enchant that would be beneficial would be Unbreaking. It allows the tool to not take as much durability damage as you use it. Now, this is going to be the same for the shovel and the pick. You're still going to have the option for efficiency, fortune, or silk touch, and Unbreaking. When it comes to the axe is going to not give you so much in the way of silk touch, because if you are using the axe on a log, you're going to get a log. With the axe, you're also going to want to use probably an Unbreaking enchant to allow it to last longer. And then the hoe is a little bit different. Really, the only thing that you're going to be beneficial for putting on the hoe is Unbreaking. Now for the shears will benefit from efficiency, it will benefit from silk touch, and it will benefit from Unbreaking. Silk touch will be beneficial when you're shearing leaves. Now for the fishing pole, you're going to have the option of lure. Now specifically with the fishing pole, the lure will decrease the wait time that it takes for a fish to basically come and bite on your lure. And Luck of the Sea, which is our second one, this one will decrease the amount of junk pickup that you pick up while you're fishing. And it will also benefit from Unbreaking. Okay, so let's talk about weapons. So there are basically 3 weapons that are available right now. You can use the sword, the bow, or the axe, but there's some drawbacks with each one. Now the sword is going to give you the option to have one of these 3 enchants. You can have Sharpness, which increases the base damage for all enemies. You can have Bane of Arthropods, which will only increase the damage against spiders, cave spiders, silverfish, and endermites. Or you can go with Smite. Smite will do extra damage to skeletons, wither skeletons, zombies, zombie pigmen, and even withers. Personally, I go with Sharpness because it affects everyone. Next, you have Knockback. Now, Knockback will, if you actually hit an enemy, it'll knock them back 3 blocks per level. And sprinting will increase that. Fire Aspect will set them on fire for about 4 seconds per level. Your results may vary, though. And looting increases the chance for additional items to drop. This is also positively affected by Unbreaking, making your weapon last longer. Next up, we've got the bow. The bow is a weapon everyone should have, so that way those pesky skeletons can't shoot at you without you being able to shoot right back. On the bow, we have Power. Power increases the base damage. Punch works a lot like Knockback. It'll send them flying backwards. Flame sets them on fire, again, for a couple of seconds. And Infinity. Infinity is probably the best, because when you have this on your bow, you don't have to worry about carrying around a bunch of arrows or running out. 1 arrow is enough to keep you going forever. As long as you have 1 arrow in your inventory, you'll be able to shoot at everything forever. And of course, Unbreaking. Unbreaking will definitely be good, because it'll make this bow last a lot longer. And then we have the axe. Now, the axe is kind of classified as a tool, but you can use it for combat. The only problem is, if you put the axe in the enchanting table, you're not going to be able to enchant it with any combat enchants. So you're going to want to use an anvil, but I'll cover that later. So it will positively be affected by Sharpness, Smite, or Bane of Arthropods. Knockback will do the same thing. Fire Aspect sets them on fire. Looting gives you extra drops. And Unbreaking is definitely a good thing. Okay, so this isn't really about enchanting. I just wanted to cover the 5 armor types you can have. So there's leather armor, gold armor, chain, iron, and diamond. Each one gives you increasing protection and has different levels of durability and stuff, but really that's something for another episode. For the purposes of this, we'll just talk about, armor in general, not what it's made of. So as far as the different enchants for your armor goes, your chest and your pants are going to share the same basic types. They don't have anything too special, but for your chest, you're going to have an option for either protection, fire protection, blast protection, or projectile protection. Obviously, protection just protects you against everything, whereas fire, blast, and projectile are specific to fire, protecting you from fire and lava. Blast protecting you from creepers and TNT and explosions. Projectile protection is going to protect you against arrows, gas, blaze, and fire charges. And then, of course, thorns. Thorns is, it's kind of a personal decision. You got to figure out if you want it or not. It will potentially affect the enemy attacking you by causing them additional damage, but it does take durability damage to your armor. And then, of course, we have Unbreaking. And this is the same for the chest and the pants. Now we move on to boots and helmets. So with the boots, you've got a couple of options. You can still do the protection just the same. Thorns is still available, and of course Unbreaking. But you can have Feather Falling. I strongly suggest you get this. This will decrease or mitigate some of the damage from falling from a height of greater than 4 blocks. Basically, makes it a little harder for you to fall to your death. And then we have Depth Strider. Depth Strider allows you to move underwater at a normal speed. So basically, the resistance from the water won't impact you as much. And then the last one, which is a treasure enchant, so it's only available in a couple of special ways, is Frostwalker. Frostwalker lets you go from a normal surface onto water, and it freezes the water beneath your feet. So that's a pretty good one. Then we've got the helmet. So the helmet, again, has the same levels of protection on it. It has thorns, Unbreaking, but with this, you have Respiration. Respiration gives you extra breath underwater. So basically, when you're swimming around doing stuff underwater, it lets you stay underwater a little bit longer without having to take a breath or do that torch trick. And Aqua Affinity, it lets you mine underwater at the normal speed as if you were not underwater. Okay, so 2 items that are new to 1.9 are the shield and the elytra. The shield basically lets you completely block arrow damage and block monsters trying to hit you or other players. There's only really a couple of enchants available, but this is how you make those shields. You can use any type of wood. You can mix and match. It just requires an iron ingot at the top, and it will always appear the same color unless you use a banner or some dye or you go through that process. And then the elytra, it lets you kind of like a glider. So if you jump off of a high place, you can glide. I might do that today. I don't really know. But the only real thing that's good for this is Unbreaking. If you put Unbreaking on them, they'll go ahead and last a little bit longer for you. So since we're talking about brand new features to 1.9, I definitely wanted to mention the Mending enchant. So the Mending enchant will positively affect shovels, pickaxes, axes, hoes, flint and steel, fishing poles, shears, helmets, chest plates, leggings, boots, swords, bows, shields, and elytra. So basically, every time you collect XP, if you have it on a single item, so if you only have it on your sword, a portion of that XP will go to repair the sword. If you're wearing multiple items, there's an even chance that that XP, rather than coming to you and giving you experience, will go to the weapon or the weapon or the item that you have enchanted with Mending. You do have to have that item equipped, so you have to have it in your hand in order for it to work. And it would be basically if you were wearing a full set of mending gear and you had a sword, you'd have a 20% chance, 1 in 5, of it going to each one of those items depending on their durability. I don't know how it affects items that have mending that are at 100%, but I do believe if all of your armor and items are at 100%, the experience just goes to you. And then we briefly touched on it earlier, but the Frostwalker enchantment will give you the option to go on boots. That's the only one it really works on. So it would you have the option of either having Depth Strider or Frostwalker, but you can't have both on your boots. So as far as where to get these, the best way to get them is from a librarian who happens to have them. I don't see this as being very common. I went ahead and checked a bunch of villages, and I haven't found any mending books yet. But I have managed to see a little bit of Frostwalker here and there. So that is that. Okay, so let's go ahead and enchant some books. This is actually really easy. I'm just going to grab some books and some lapis. I'm going to go straight to my enchanting table. I'm going to throw a book in. I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3 lapis. And let's see. We have protection 1, efficiency, and we'll take that one. Efficiency 4. Yes, thank you. And then let's see, what else can we do? So we'll throw another book in there. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and power, fire protection, protection 3. Let's do power, and that'll be a good one for a bow. All right, so we're going to do this a couple more times, and I'll be right back. All right, so we finished up our enchanting, and now we're going to use the anvil. So we're going to put a sharpness 1 book and combine it with a sharpness 1 book, which is going to make us a sharpness 2 book. So now we'll take the sharpness 2 we just made, combine it with another sharpness 2, which will make sharpness 3, and we'll just continue this process. Sharpness 3 combines sharpness 3 to make sharpness 4. Sharpness 4 combined with sharpness 4 creates sharpness 5. So now we have a sharpness 5 book. We can go ahead and put that on our axe or whatever we like. Same thing with unbreaking. Unbreaking 1 plus unbreaking 1 equals unbreaking 2, and then 2 unbreaking 2 books will give you an unbreaking 3 book. Now, I just wanted to cover the fact as a final item that you can get enchanted books this way with multiple items on there. This one, for example, has protection and it has unbreaking. This will only be effective if you decide to put it on a sword, an axe, or a piece of armor. And if you do put it on something where an enchant isn't going to work, for example, you put sharpness on a chest piece, the sharpness enchant will just go away. The protection will stay, the unbreaking will stay. But if you put it on a sword, the protection will go away. So with this, you can't necessarily mess up. So if you're only interested in the unbreaking, you can put it wherever you like, and then either the protection or the sharpness will come as a bonus. And then additionally, we've got Power 3 Bane of Arthropods. Obviously, this is definitely going to be a weapon. You could either put this on a bow or an axe or a sword. Blast protection knockback. So this is going to be either an armor piece or a weapon. Protection and power. So again, armor or weapon. Efficiency, protection, tool or a weapon. Knockback and smite. I think you get the idea. So that is pretty much going to do it. I do have one last thing to show you. So let's go over there. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a bonus feature since we're talking about armor and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how to make an automated auto-equipping stand. So all you're going to need is 4 dispensers and 1 pressure plate. I'm going to go ahead and grab these boots while we're in here, and I will show you why in just a second. So we're just going to dig a hole 1 block down, put a dispenser facing up right in there, and then inside of this dispenser, we're going to go ahead and throw all of our boots. There we go, 9 boots. Then we're going to take our dispenser, put 1 to the side facing in, 1 at the back facing in, and 1 to the other side facing in, and we will put our stone pressure plate right on top of the bottom dispenser by holding down shift. There we go. So now let me put in F5 mode so you guys can, there we go. You can see all of the stuff. Let's spin it around. There we go. All right. So now all I'm going to do is walk straight in. I got boots. And now we know it works. So let's go ahead and put all of the rest of the items, all the rest of the armors, all the rest of the stuff inside of the equipping station. I'm going to throw my boots back in the bottom. Where are my boots? Oh, I'm wearing my boots. Just kidding. Put the helmet right in the back. It doesn't matter where you put all of the items. You can put them pretty much, you can put them pretty much wherever you like. This one goes right here. There we go. All right, and then let me just grab my boots, take those back off, and we'll put them right back here. Perfect. All right, back to F5 mode. And if I can get the correct angle, perfect. We'll walk in, and we're fully equipped with armor, and we're ready to go on our way. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like the video, leave a like. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.